everybody. This is Paula Harris again. I would like to reach out to you because I've had to reset my life, to reset my goals, and to do things differently than I have in the past. In the past, people have interviewed me, so I'm on YouTube with interviews. And often people say to me, "Oh, yeah, I saw your interview." And I say, "Yeah." And they say, "Well, we'd love to talk to you in person." So let me tell you that I am planning to do chat room in person. That I have decided that since we cannot go physically to see each other at conferences for a little while, since I can't physically meet people that I love to meet for a little while, I'm going to do it on Patreon. And we're going to have 3 levels of subscription. It's going to start April 1st. And I'm going to have communication like this with all of you. And then I'm going to give you an outlet to write to me. And so we have to do this because we have to adapt to times that are very exciting and they're also very scary. I mean, for me that travels all the time, I'm so frustrated you can't even imagine. So I started watching Italian movies because then I pretend I'm in Italy. So there's ways around that. One of the movies I'm going to suggest to you is Only You with Marissa Tomei and Downey Jr., Robert Downey Jr. It's so cool. It's all in Italy. And then I see the places I love and I go, isn't this wonderful? And I'm a great nostalgia freak. But as far as nostalgia, my greatest of all interview that I ever did, that started my career really, was in 1997 when I met Colonel Philip Corso. Colonel Corso and I became very close. And so I waited some 20 years before I wrote Conversations with Colonel Corso. And it's audio tape that he gave me. In other words, it's audio interview he gave me on tape. So it's his voice telling me what the future was going to be. This is the Italian cover, which is so cool because it has the being. For those people that don't know, Colonel Corso had contact, and he had it in 1950. He had it in 1957, 10 years after Roswell. And that was the first interview he gave me. And I, as a journalist down at the 50th anniversary, being a logical person, I've changed a lot since then. I have allowed a little bit of the esoteric to seep through my nuts and bolts approach. Didn't want to print the interview because Colonel Corso, who in his later years began to connect the dots, said, "Paula," he said, "when I met this being and the being said, 'Would you like to come aboard to see the technology?' He said, I asked the being, what do you have to offer me? And the being said, a new world if you could take it." Now you're going to see these words because Whitley Strieber's used them. Stephen Greer just used them in his new movie. But know that this was what the being said to Colonel Philip Corso at White Sands in 1957. This credit should be given to Colonel Corso. And it's great, it's fine, because all great news needs to be disseminated. But do you want to think about what it means, a new world if you could take it? Do you want to sit for 2 minutes and know what that really, really means? That means that something is going to happen in our history that may ask us to reset. And a new world is not something horrible. It's not something negative. It's not like the end of the world. It's a new world. And I think people should understand that a new world is opportunity to change things that weren't working. So, can you take it? It's coming up. And all I can do is Paula Harris, I'm an investigative journalist, I'm not a ufologist, is to help walk you through that. If I walk you through that, come and do this journey with me, because I will provide you with those things that will inspire you to create this new world individually. So let's look at April 1st. I will continue to make messages for everyone, and we are going to start trying to look at what we could create together.